5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is About Space, America's return to space, with news and information on our U.S. space program. Is your host of About Space, David Denault.
Welcome, and thanks for joining me today. Well, NASA has moved the launch of the Axiom 1 mission to this Friday in order to complete the wet test of the SLS rocket on the launch pad. And Dawn Meyer, Space Coast news editor, will have a report from Cape Canaveral next, as America and the world is listening to About Space Today. Ever dream of an island getaway at an all-inclusive resort? Or going on an island-hopping cruise to multiple island destinations? See sun-bleached beaches and swim in the azure waters of the Caribbean Sea. Call today for your special discount prices to your island getaway. This is a special offer for About Space by calling 877-747-8631. And let's go and explore the islands of the Caribbean. Welcome back. April will be one of the busiest months ever on record for NASA's launches and landings, which has now caused the delay in the first private mission to the International Space Station. With more is Space Coast news editor Dawn Meyer.
NASA is currently conducting a wet dress rehearsal of the Space Launch System, SLS, rocket, the Orion spacecraft, and exploration ground systems before the Artemis 1 launch at Launch Pad 39B at NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The rehearsal will run the Artemis 1 launch team through operations to load propellant into the rocket's tanks, conduct a full launch countdown, demonstrate the ability to recycle the countdown clock, and also drain the tanks to give them an opportunity to practice the timelines and procedures they will use for the launch later this year. This 2-day test has gone well until the loading of the super cold liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen into the rocket. A fueling attempt was scrubbed Sunday, April 3rd due to a ground system issue and delayed on Monday, April the 4th due to a temperature limit violation for the liquid oxygen prior to the start of cryogenic loading into the rocket's core stage. The completion of the wet dress rehearsal is necessary before the resources used for range safety can be released for the Axiom 1 and Crew 4 missions. This is creating the slips for those launches. Once the Artemis 1 dress rehearsal completes, the Axiom and Crew 4 missions to the International Space Station can move forward and launch. The Axiom Mission 1 will launch from NASA's historic Launch Complex 39A and dock with the International Space Station as the first private mission to the International Space Station. The 10-day mission includes its own independent research and exploration, including several experiments. Here's Mike Seferdini, the president and CEO of Axiom Space, to tell us a little bit about the Axiom plan and the 4-person crew.
As a company, it would be an understatement to say that we were excited by where we are at this point for this historic mission, the first fully commercial mission to the International Space Station. And for us, it really is the first of a series of flights, precursor missions, before our station comes to orbit. The first module will come into orbit in the latter part of 2024, and so this really is paving a way for a new era where there are more and more opportunities for individuals and nations around the world to live and work in the microgravity environment. We couldn't be more proud of the crew. It's an international crew. Michael Lopez Alegria. He's an ex-NASA astronaut, but also a Spaniard as well. Pilot Larry Connor is a U.S. citizen. Our mission specialists are Eitan Stebi of Israel and Mark Pathy of Canada. Impressive still for this crew is the fact that each of them have decided that what they really want to do is make a difference for all of us here on our planet Earth, and as such, they've decided they wanted to conduct research. So working together with many research institutions around the world, we're set up to conduct in excess of 25 experiments during their time on orbit, conducting over 100 hours of research during their 10-day mission. Their preparation was equally impressive. They've had over 700 hours of training and preparation for their mission. They've exceeded all the requirements put forth, doing extra work to make sure they were ready to go, and I couldn't be more proud of them. Today, the crew is in quarantine, waiting for the chance to go. It's reasonable to say they're chomping at the bit to go launch. They're doing the last-minute preparations that you normally do, getting ready to go fly.
More private missions and another space station. Wow, things really are changing in space. From Florida's Space Coast, this is Dawn Meyer for About Space Today.
Join Dawn and me this Friday morning at 11:10 for live coverage. Go to the About Space YouTube page to see another historic first in manned spaceflight. I'm David Denault for About Space Today.